What up, everyone? This is the Comic Outlaw, and it's time for a review. And one of my favorite things to review, if you noticed, because I like to travel different universes, the WWE universe. And we're going to be reviewing The Big Show, A Giant's World. This came out around 2010, so it doesn't cover the entire scope of The Big Show's career. And you know what? I've always liked Paul White. I've enjoyed The Big Show. I remember the Dungeon of Doom. You go to Haku and tell him he sucks, and the gimmick that he was in was lame, and see what happens to you. That's what I'm going to say about that. Yes, it was corny. Yes, it was built as a drive for Hogan to get over, but it did give a start to one of the best athletes, The Big Show. And I know everyone says this. He flips flops. He's done more heel and face turns than anyone else. Everyone always complains about that, but hey, don't hate the player. Hate the writers. I mean, ain't the one writing it? Well, Paul White himself, great individual. I mean, there's a lot of great matches on this, of course, and I kind of always enjoyed I've always enjoyed like little things in his career. I've enjoyed the humor. I love the Knucklehead movie, for example, that he made. A wonderful comedy. I like the fact that he's a big goof. He can make you laugh. He can knock you the hell out with one punch. And I've always enjoyed The Big Show. I've always found him entertaining. And granted, I thought he was cool. He was okay in WCW. But he was more like he was just there. When you got to know him in WWE, that's when you really got to know the person, the giant, I guess you could say. I was watching his feud with Wilbur Rogers, and I did laugh my ass off when they had that funeral thing for his father. Rest in peace. And the boss man shows up in that Blues Brothers car, and it was a remake of the Blues Brothers car, and tows the coffin away, and Big Show jumps on it. I mean, it was hilarious. It was a nice way to lighten up the angle, and Show's had some monumental matches. He's won some monumental titles, and there's rumors, as always, it seems to persist that he might be retiring. And I'm going to throw this out here to the universe because I want to see this. And since this is my show, I'm just going to tell it how it is. I loved Jericho. I loved the idea of Chris Jericho and the Big Show together. I loved their title reign. I thought they were one of the best tag teams of that time. If given the opportunity, I think they could have been a continued team. They worked really well together. I love how Jericho was just the sneaky, devilish heel, and Show was just the man. Or he wasn't just a muscle. Because I remember one time he came down and he gave this wonderful interview as he was sitting by ringside. Very smart, very debonair, and he's telling him, how many titles we've won, how many things we've done together. And when Show's given the opportunity, he can really, really talk. Once he gets going. And I think he needs to be given more opportunity. I don't like how they've been bringing him back just to lose. I find that very disrespectful for the man. I understand that everyone has to work, but you need to treat that man a little bit better. I think he has one big run left in him, and I think he should be with Jericho. I think it should be Jericho. With all the tag teams, the popularity in the tag teams, I think Jericho can have one hell of a run with all the teams you have. Oh, and by the way, WWE, quit screwing over teams. Don't bring people up from NXT that are great tag team champions and just shit all over them. I'm talking about the Ascension. Well, it's a prime example. And then another example of two boys that believe in fists and not flips, if you know what I'm saying. And then another team he broke up that wasn't soft. You know what I'm saying? It just makes it sad. But anyways, Big Show. It's a wonderful watch. A lot of classic matches. Very cool. I recommend it. I recommend if you ever get an opportunity to see the Big Show live, do it. And overall, buy the DVD, check him out. I mean, yes, he's had this heel turn and that heel turn, but who hasn't? I mean, I can sit here like Owen Hart was a good guy and a bad guy, and a good guy and a bad guy, and a good guy and a bad guy. I mean, certain wrestlers in their careers do that. Eddie Guerrero, maybe an exception. He really seemed to walk the fine line between villain and hero very well, heel and face. But I highly recommend this. Paul White is very cool and very humble, and a lot of his matches are actually really good. I mean, the one with Money Mayweather, people hate on, but it was a good big man versus little man match. He's done a lot of cool things in his career, and he's worthy of the Hall of Fame when he steps down and retires. So check out The Big Show, Giants World. And bring back Jericho, goddammit. Bring back Jericho. Yeah. I want to see that again. Chris Jericho, if you're out there, stop touring with Fozzy. Give The Big Show a call and form that team again. Come together like butt cheeks and be the shit. Okay? But, as always, this is the Comic Outlaw, coming to you live and loud from parts unknown. Signing off, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah.